Crocodile Hunter! Croc Files! Hey guys, what's up? I'm here chilling with the Christmas pig because screw Thanksgiving. Am I right? I have one little string right here. It's gonna bother me the whole video. So I just wanted to point it out. So it'll bother you too now. You're welcome. Seriously though, no one celebrates Thanksgiving anymore. I'm pretty sure Thanksgiving just needs a new name. I don't think November is even, taken seriously anymore. Any of the traditions. Black Friday isn't even Black Friday anymore. It's Black Thursday night, and if you try to shop Friday morning, you're already gonna miss out on almost all of the deals because everything started at 6 p.m. on Thursday, and no one even acknowledges that Thanksgiving exists anymore. It's kind of like a Christmas decoration dinner break now. While we're setting up all the Christmas decorations, we go and we grab some Thanksgiving food off the table, sit down, have a few bites, and then get back up and keep decorating for Christmas because what even is Thanksgiving anymore? It really doesn't matter to me at all. I've never really celebrated Thanksgiving. I like stuffing though. I don't mind stuffing, but again, it's pretty much Christmas stuffing now. It's not Thanksgiving stuffing. Anyway, and nothing says Christmas like a good old pig. His hat comes off. So he doesn't even have to be Christmas pig. We could have him up year round and then just, now is Christmas. I decapitated Christmas pig. This is such a versatile product. Look at this. He could also be Halloween pig because you could just take his head off. I don't even know if this was supposed to come off. I might have just broke Christmas pig. The point of this video is not Christmas pig or Black Thursday. It is about my seahorses. You read the title correct. My seahorse aborted hundreds of seahorse babies today. It has been a stressful week, and that is why I have not been sticking to my schedule of uploading as much as I possibly can. Had a lot going on. Okay, I have to fix it real quick. I can't make this video with a little floppy. Let's say floppy chicken nugget, but I guess this isn't a chicken nugget. So yeah, you read the title. What is it, Kiara? You wanna show everyone your cute bows? Kiara, come here. Kiara. She walks the other way, okay. So let's talk about what this video is actually about and not every other thing on this planet. So I've been having a really stressful week, which is why I have not been uploading my videos. For 3 or 4 days in a row, I was doing back to back. And I really wanted to keep that trend going with, maybe, skipping 1 or 2 days a week. And then I got overwhelmed these last few days with some crazy stuff happening with my seahorses. So I have not been able to keep my schedule. So let me go ahead and tell the whole story for everyone who has not been following it on Twitter and the long posts I did on Instagram. I'm just gonna do the whole thing again, take y'all through this story. And it is really sad. I may seem very lighthearted in this situation, talking to you guys. I don't like to be emo as heck on here. I try to be lighthearted and chill. The story probably does not sound like something I should be just telling you guys. You'd think I'd be pretty emotional about it. I already went through every single stage of grief in one night, or 3 nights actually. I stayed up 72 hours, consistent of just taking little naps, but 72 hours of just sadness. Y'all have seen my seahorses in my other videos, and I never ever have done a seahorse care video. I'm putting it off for a reason. It's gonna sound very hypocritical, but I don't think people should really own seahorses. I don't want to normalize that. I don't want to make that a thing where at one point hedgehogs became a trend to own. It was cute to own hedgehogs. I don't want to do that for seahorses. I don't want to normalize it and make it seem oh, you can own them. Let's all just own seahorses. These are such delicate and fragile creatures, and it really does require someone who actually has true knowledge about saltwater aquariums, how they work, how water quality works, how protein skimmers, and it's not hard, but it is hard, okay? It's hard for someone who is not proficient in saltwater. That's not saying that you're dumb or something. It's a whole new world owning these kind of animals. And for someone who's very familiar with how it works, it's gonna make sense. It's not gonna be confusing. Owning a seahorse isn't hard, but it's time consuming, and if you make one mistake, you will lose your seahorses. They're not very forgiving when it comes to screw-ups and anything but perfect, So that's why I haven't made a video about how to care for them. I've been waiting for the right time. I'm waiting for the right way to word it all. It's a really big passion of mine, and I feel like it's one of those animals that you can't just think they're cute and own them. You actually really have to be passionate about it because it is very stressful if you don't do it the right way. And it's very easy not to do it the right way. You could think you're doing everything right and you're still doing it wrong. So just wanted to get that out there. You've seen, I have 4 seahorses. I have 2 Cudas and 2 Erectus, and they are all captive bred. Never ever would I own a wild caught one. This crazy tragedy only affected my Cuda seahorses, which in all the time I have owned seahorses, I mean, and I'm saying that like it's a long time, but it's been a year and that's it. But in that time period of owning seahorses, the only seahorses I've ever had problems with are CUDA seahorses. Every other seahorse that I've experienced has been fine. Personally, I've only owned CUDAs and Erectus, but I've seen barbarized and reedy seahorses and never have seen the same issues that I see in CUDA seahorses. So if anything, I think there's an issue with where my local shops are getting their CUDA seahorses, because they aren't ever in good shape, and they always are the ones that fall ill, and they have the most problems for some reason. And generally you hear that CUDAs are so easy to take care of, but for some reason that's not been my experience. They've been the ones that actually have the problems. So a few days ago, my female CUDA seahorse Misty went from entirely healthy, eating 2 to 3 meals a day, to dead. She went from perfectly great to looking like a skeleton to actually being a skeleton. She died so quick, it was insane. No, by the time I started noticing something weird, there was nothing you can really do. With a seahorse, the worst thing you can really do is act impulsively. You know, you see them do one weird thing and immediately go to treat that one weird thing. Because if you get your diagnosis wrong, if you treat for the wrong thing, if you stress it out further by doing all these treatments, that has a higher possibility of killing it than whatever it has sometimes. So you really need to wait it out. Make sure you know what it is before you treat, because if you get it wrong, you're causing a lot more problems for yourself. The only thing I noticed was that Misty wasn't eating one day, which of course is very weird. Seahorses should always eat, but one day of lack of appetite didn't mean death to me. Like I was very concerned, but not thinking she would die. And she died that night. Right after she died, my male seahorse, my male CUDA seahorse Nova started acting weird too. He did the same thing. He started breathing faster, had no interest in food. I was worried. I was like, great, he's gonna die today. He started to get skinnier and skinnier by the hour, which that's not normal. You really shouldn't see a seahorse like disintegrate before your eyes. Like, tested all my water levels just to be sure. Everything was fine in that tank. There's absolutely nothing wrong with my tank itself. Did a water change just to be sure. I decided it was a parasite and that he was going to die. So I might as well try anything I could. So, I mean, he went from perfectly healthy to super skinny. Like, look at that. He is just bone and nothing on the side. And that morning, he was plump and normal. I moved him to quarantine and did some formalin dips, which is actually a very intense treatment, but I decided I have to do the most intense thing to save him because of seeing what it did to the other female. He went absolutely crazy in the formalin bath because it was killing off what was on him. Next day woke up, was surprised he was actually still alive. Did not think he was gonna be alive. Totally shocked, and decided, okay, this is most definitely, I'm 100% right, this is a parasite. So just to be sure that my Erectus didn't catch what my CUDAs had, I brought my 2 female Erectus to a friend that I trust at an aquarium shop in town, and he set up a tank at the aquarium shop for him to watch these 2 seahorses and my mandarin, since they're all super healthy. I didn't want them to catch whatever was going on. I figured this is a good opportunity to go ahead and tear down my tank and just start anew. I never really liked the shape of that tank and the style of it to begin with, so I'm probably going to do a whole new tank build for my seahorses. Now, on the second day of treatment, he already looked a little bit better, but he wasn't eating. And his pouch began to turn all these little splotchy colors. It did not look good, but I just continued to do treatment, and he continued to live. That night, he started opening his pouch aggressively for 2-3 minutes at a time. He'd open his pouch and push and push and try to expel something out of his pouch, and it wouldn't come out. His breathing would get really rapid, fall to the ground, he was going nuts over whatever was in his pouch. Fast forward to today, and he was still trying to, very often, almost every time I checked his tank, at some point while I was watching his tank, he would open his pouch and push and push and push and just look really distressed, still not eating, which is terrible for a seahorse. A seahorse should never go, not even 2 days. Seahorses should eat multiple times in a day. Seahorses don't have a stomach, so he doesn't have the stored food in his body, in his stomach. So going days without eating is so dangerous. After seeing him have this continual problem with his pouch, I figured maybe there's something I can do that'll make him more comfortable and maybe get him eating again. I thought there was air trapped in there, or this is gonna be gross, but I thought maybe there was pus trapped in there, something from the parasite, whatever. So I flipped him on his back and held him in my hand and did a pouch massage, which is the easier way than doing a pouch evacuation where you get the catheter and put it in there and everything. I just decided to try it first with my thumb and see if that wouldn't help. This is when it gets even weirder. To my surprise, Nova evacuated hundreds of babies, hundreds of seahorse babies that looked like they were as thin as my hair, and you know, I can't even show you how small because the space between my fingers won't go that small. Like, they were tiny little things with big little eyes and little strings that moved everywhere, and they were still like half attached to an egg, so they were like these half embryo seahorses that weren't done developing, way premature, but still alive. I freaked out, but Nova actually finally calmed down. He fell to the floor, collapsed, then got back up, started breathing normally, and seemed a lot more comfortable. Obviously, I think this parasite caused him to have a bad pregnancy. He felt the need to evacuate all of his babies, even though they weren't, you know, ready to be born yet. Sadly, they're not gonna live. They're not. People keep trying to tell me to save the babies. It's not that easy. When a seahorse gives birth and the birth is completely and entirely as healthy as the birth can be, they will give birth to hundreds of babies and maybe like 10 will live. So these like embryo seahorse things, they're not gonna live. There's no way. I mean, it's not like, I'm not gonna like flush them or something. They're alive, so like I cannot in my head, I cannot just flush a living thing down a toilet. I put them in a tank that is rotating them. I'm putting oxygen in there. I have a lot of surface agitation to keep them off the surface of the water, but they're not gonna live. I already know it. I'm really hoping Nova's gonna live. He's made it like 5 days now with this crazy random illness that came out of nowhere. I really don't know, but the baths seem to help him. Getting his babies out of him seem to have helped him. I'm gonna do all I can. I'm spending like all my time on it. It's become like my full time, like I'm so invested in it. Absolutely, like I can never just have a normal, relaxing day. Something weird always has to happen. I swear. And it took until this situation to realize like how unrelatable my life can be sometimes. You know, like my friends are wanting to hang out, and instead of being like, oh, sorry, I'm busy or whatever, I replied with, sorry, my seahorse's butt is turning white and I think that means he has a parasite. I have to treat it. I'm sorry, his butt is white. And today, like, instead of being like, oh my God, I hate having drama with my friends, I was like, oh my God, my seahorse just gave himself an abortion. Craziest thing happens with animals, okay? The craziest things happen when you own animals, okay? It's crazy. In other news, I am going to be live streaming tomorrow. I am now on younow.com. It will be also on YouTube. Like if you go onto my page while I'm live streaming, you can watch it straight from YouTube, but you can also go onto younow.com and watch it. So tomorrow is Friday. It is going to be at I live in Texas, so it's Central Time here. I'm going to be live streaming at 8 p.m. Central Time. A lot of people have been asking me to make like a Patreon account or something like for donations, and I just didn't feel like comfortable doing it that way. Instead, we're doing YouNow, so I can do live streaming, talk to you guys, and there's a way I can use this and still make money from it with you guys. So I feel more like I'm doing something to make that money rather than just asking for donations. I don't know, it felt weird just being like, give me money. So instead I'm gonna do something. I'll work for it, man. I'm gonna work for it. So yeah, I really hope to see you guys on there. Y'all guys can talk with me right there. You can send me whatever you want. I'm gonna answer it. I'm gonna talk with you guys. I wanna do 3 videos a week at the least. So I'm hoping to get this seahorse problem under control and really start filming everything with you guys. I got a GoPro, so I can now film like underwater things. I am going out of town after Thanksgiving, but I'm bringing you guys with me. So from the 28th of November to the 2nd of December, instead of my normal animal posts and stuff, I'm actually gonna be in Disney World. So you're gonna get a little bit of different posts from me that week, but don't unsubscribe, okay? Please don't. I'll edit like animals in there. I'll just like put a little floating animal. I think that's all for today. I just wanted to talk about my seahorse's rough life. As long as he makes it through this, I'm gonna make sure he has the coolest life in the world. Welcome to the Australia Zoo, homelessty urban. How cool is this though? I gotta play this on one of my videos. I gotta set this up and play it. Wonder how much it's worth. It should be worth $1 million. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time, or you'll see me next time. And someone commented that like my fan base should be called the Creature Crew, and that's actually really cute because, you know, we all love them creatures. We love all them creatures. But if y'all guys like that, tell me what you think. I don't know, trying to come up with a cute name for all of us. There's actually like so much more I wanted to talk about in this video, but this video is getting so long, and the rest of the stuff I want to talk about is also like gonna take up some time. So I guess I'm gonna save it for the next video. Thank you guys for watching. It's like 4 AM right now because my life is backwards. She doesn't care.